Today I'm stuck in the city, but that doesn't mean I have to act like it. So what we're going to do today is a little bit of pyrolysis. I'm sure most of you who are into this sort of thing are familiar with the pierced Altoids tin. There's your hole. And the char cloth that you can make with, jute, cotton, anything like that. But let's say you don't have jute or cotton. You don't have a monster chunk of chaga, which you may know as the Tinder fungus. Instead, you find the more common bracket fungus, horseshoe fungus, which is the false Tinder fungus, so far as I understand. You can process this into amadou, which is going to look like this kind of brown, soft, felty stuff. It's the trauma layer in the horseshoe fungus. That requires additional processing before it'll take your low temperature spark. So what I'm going to do is take this, throw it into my pyrolysis tin, close it up, set it on the hob here. Probably shouldn't be doing this at home, but whatever. I've got ventilation. And we're going to see what we get out of this. If we get something usable like char cloth. This is really just an experiment to see what we can do with some natural materials. Yeah. While this is cooking, I figured I might as well let you know, for those who aren't familiar with this stuff, you can see that trauma layer right in here, and this is existing right between, I don't know what else to call it, maybe the bark, and these, where your spores would be coming from. So right in between there is this thin layer of material, spongy, that you can harvest. I have seen some people slice this very thin and just use it as is without having to scrape off the bark and all the rest of it. How well that works, is I think I recall that it worked fairly well. I mean, you're just charring it, so anything that'll take that low temperature spark. But we'll get back with this and go into the fire bag here, get a flint and steel out, and see how well it sparks. There she goes, starting this pyrolysis function, and we're gonna let that go until that little flame disappears, and we'll see what we have. You aren't here with me, of course. You don't smell the burning fungus smell, but it is there, and we'll see how well this chars up. Oh, here it is. You can see this is pretty well charred, and then I'm gonna get my flint and steel out and see if I can get this thing to catch. Man, it really does just smell awful, but we don't care about that so much. In general, when I do fire starting, I like to use my actual flint and steel, but it's complicated enough getting a small spark to land on char cloth without filming. My hands are a little full today, so I'm going to be using the Swedish fire steel just to kind of make a point here and see if this works. Aha! There it is. See that? It's caught. So that will work for you.